Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about connected and unconnected lookup transformation in IICS. Let us see what all are the purpose of lookup transformation. A lookup transformation in data integration is used to enhance or enrich data by retrieving related information from a reference table or a dataset. It matches data from the source table with corresponding records in the lookup table based on a specific key or a set of keys. The retrieved data can then be appended to the source records for further processing or analysis. This is particularly used in scenarios where additional content or attributes are needed to complete a dataset. There are two different types of lookup transformation. One is connected lookup and another one is unconnected lookup. Let us see what all are the purpose of connected lookup. A connected lookup is directly part of a data flow in a mapping. It actively participates in the data processing and can return multiple columns of data from the lookup table to main data flow. Whereas in unconnected lookup, the it is operated independently from the main data flow. It is called as a function and return only one value based on the lookup condition. It's used when you need to perform a lookup on a conditional basis or when the result of the lookup is needed only in specific cases. Let us see an example. So in this example, I'm going to use two different tables. One is products and another one is variations. So in this product table, I have all the product related information like product ID, type, brand ID, and all those information. But this product table don't have the product price in it. So the product price is in the variations table. So in this variation table, I have this product key, product ID as a primary, as a foreign key, and I have a column called default selling price. So this is the price of a, this table has the price information for the products. So let us see the example for connected lookup transformation. So I am in Informatica Cloud. So I'm using a free trial edition here. So I have created a project folder called lookup demo. So here I'm going to create a new mapping first. So I'm going to name it as m underscore lookup connected transformation example. Okay. So here for me the source will be the product table. So let me choose the product table here. Now here we want to insert a lookup transformation. So here the lookup object, as you can see, we are getting all the columns from source. Uh, in order to omit the conflict, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename all the source column. So I will add a prefix and I will say src underscore. So this src underscore will be added in all the columns just to omit the conflict. And in the lookup object, I'm going to choose the variations table here. So once we done here, like we want to go to the lookup condition and we want to give a condition. For example, here, so this is the lookup field. Here I'm going to select the product ID, and from the source also I'm getting the source underscore ID. So this is the incoming field. So incoming table is product table. So the ID will be the product ID. So based on this product ID, it will filter only based on the product ID. And in the return field, I don't want all the columns to be printed in the target table. So what I will do is I will select only the column which are needed. For example, as I said, I don't have the product price. So I will be selecting this sell price including tax and default selling price. Also, we want to select the lookup condition. So the product ID is used in the lookup condition. So I want to select this, and I'm going to just delete rest of the columns. Okay, so now we are good here. Like we have the product ID, default selling price, and sell price including tax. Okay, so now let's configure the target. I'm not going to insert into the same table. Instead, I will be creating a new table. So let's create a new table. And I'm not going to create uh, I'm going to create the table at runtime. So I will be clicking on this create new at runtime, and there is a I have created a schema called curated. So in this curated, I'm going to create the table. So it will be curated slash tbl underscore products with price. Yep. So this will be the table name, and I will click on OK. So I'm going to insert the records into the target table, and also I will make sure to enable this truncate target table because maybe this is for testing purpose. So we might have a situation where we want to just rerun the job for some testing purpose, so it won't create the duplicate in the target. Uh, okay, so as you can see here in the target, okay, in the incoming field, so we have something this src underscore. So I don't want this src underscore. So what I will do is I will create an expression here. In this expression, uh, I don't want to select all the fields. Instead, I will select only default selling price, then selling price including tax. So I want only these two columns, and also I will create a connection directly from source to target. So now if you see in incoming field, we don't have that src underscore. Also, the lookup transformation will return the price, selling price for all the products. Okay, so now we have done it. So let's save it. Okay, so it's valid. Uh, let's make sure there is no table in the curate. Yeah, so the curated schema is empty. Let me trigger the mapping. So it's currently running. Okay, so it has inserted 415 records. So let's see. So we were able to see this table product with price. There is a table, and let's preview the data. So we can see default selling price and sell price including tax column. Uh, but rest of the columns are empty. Okay, so maybe the mistake is we directly map the columns. So maybe that's why it's not showing that. Okay. Anyway, we have created the table, so I don't want this transformation. Okay, I will just directly map the target and let's map the fields here. Okay. Let me save it. Let me run the mapping again. Okay, so now it has inserted again 415, and I have enabled this truncate the target table at a time. So truncate target table. So let me just try to refresh it again. Yes. So now I'm able to see all the records, including the product price. So this is how we can create this is how we can create the connected lookup transformation. Let's create unconnected lookup transformation. Let me create a new mapping for that. I will name it as m underscore lookup unconnected transformation example. So source, again the source will be the products table. So here the unconnected lookup. So we will be just connect that lookup into any source or target. So this is how we will do it. So if it is an unconnected lookup, what we want to do is we want to enable this checkbox, unconnected lookup. So when we enable this checkbox, Informatica will consider it as a unconnected lookup. So as you can see, the name got changed to capital U underscore lookup. Let's configure the lookup now. Incoming field, there won't be any incoming field, but as we mentioned earlier, this unconnected lookup will act as a function. So here in the source target, like we will be creating a uh, maybe transformation. So from there we will be just calling this particular lookup. So also this particular unconnected lookup will return only one row. So what I'm going to do is I have this default selling price. So I just want to pull this default selling price from the variations table. So for this lookup, I want to pass the product ID. So I will say PRO underscore ID, and the lookup object, it will be the variations table. Now I want to give a condition here. So I will add a condition, and from the lookup field, it will be the product ID, and incoming field, we have already created we created one incoming field here. So we just want to map that product ID here. So return fields. So if you see here, there is something called return, but in this connected lookup transformation, in return field, we don't have that option. But in unconnected lookup transformation, we have this column called return, and also we can select any one column, so it won't allow us to select multiple columns. So this particular lookup, unconnected lookup transformation will return this default selling price. So I want to, I will be just selecting this default selling price. That's all. So we have configured the unconnected lookup. Now what I will do is I will create an expression here. So from the expression, I will just call this unconnected lookup. So what I will do is I will create a new column, and I will directly create a output field, and I will name it as, so the lookup column will return the default selling price. So I will say default selling price. So it will be decimal, and let me see the data type. Uh, yep, let it be 10 and 2. Okay. So now we want to configure this output field. So here we want to select this built-in functions, and at last we have something called lookups. So we have this u underscore lookup. That is the one that we created in this particular mapping. So just click on that, and it is so we want to pass some parameter to this lookup. As we said, it will act as a function. So what I will pass is, I will just pass this ID as a parameter to this lookup. So I will validate, and I will click on OK. Now let's go and configure the target. So in the incoming field, I will just make sure whether the default selling price is there. I will go to the target. So I will be creating a new target table. So I will put it in curated schema, curated slash, the table will be tbl underscore unconnected product with selling price. Okay. Uh, so the columns will be mapped automatically. Let's save it. Yep. So the mapping is a valid mapping. Let's trigger it. Okay, it pulled 415 records from the product table. Okay, so the job got completed successfully. Let's go here and verify that. Yep, we were able to see the new table here. Let's preview the data. Yep. Yes, now we were able to see this default selling price column with the other product details. So the main difference between the connected lookup and unconnected lookup is in connected lookup, it will be part of the mapping. But in unconnected lookup, it won't be part of the flow, but we can use the lookup as a function where we can pass the value and this will return only one column. Unconnected lookup will return only one column, whereas connected lookup will return the columns from the lookup object. So we can have all the columns from the lookup object, or we can delete the columns which are not needed and just select the column whichever is needed. So these are the difference. If you have any questions, please comment, and thank you for watching.